Peace, world. How you doing? It's your brother Mikey Fever. Here's another episode of NYP Talk Show. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, super chats, and all that good stuff. Hope everyone has a blessed Wednesday evening. We got our special guests, Yisrael Bey and Abdullah Bey. And these brothers about to give another great demonstration, and they will be speaking about, linguistics, the difference between linguistics and etymology. So, brothers, go ahead, take the floor, man. Peace.
All right. Peace, everyone. Today's topic is a basic linguistic lesson, the difference between etymology and semantics.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Oh, you got the presentation you want to put up?
Yeah, is it the screen sharing?
Yeah, definitely. I got you right now. Hold on.
Okay.
There it goes. Boom.
So this is from my lesson, my linguistic lesson, etymology of the word guide, a basic lesson on the linguistic methodology of reconstruction of words and historical sound changes. We can't address the tongue without addressing the brain. And don't forget, this is the hypoglossal nerve that connects the tongue to the brain for tongue functions such as eating, swallowing, speaking, singing. So we want to reconnect this hypoglossal nerve. By Word Step Study Group, Yisrael Bey, founder and teacher. Contact info, Facebook page, Yisrael Bey. You can find me on Facebook, type in Yisrael Bey. Facebook page, also Word Step Study Group, YouTube channel at Word Step Study Group, and email wordstepstudygroup333@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of quotes. The basic tool for the manipulation of reality is the manipulation of words. If you can control the meaning of words, you can control the people who must use the words. By Philip K. Dick.
Got you. Powerful. Very powerful.
The true sense meaning of a word must not be ignored, or the ignorant will indeed create a world of nonsense. And also, grammar must not be ignored, or your tongue shall be against you. Yisrael Bey. Yeah, those are my quotes right there. Preface to the book, or preface to the book. The author intends to advance the general public to the next level of word comprehension and speech development by introducing a proper methodological way of studying/teaching some of the most basic and fundamental elements of linguistics, e.g. phonology, morphology, etymology, and semantics. The reader will become conscious of the way sounds are produced and how sounds and letters are conveyed into different language families of Indo-European origins, i.e. English words of the Germanic language transliterate into or from French words of the Italic language family.
Powerful.
This is the table of contents. Acknowledgements. First, brother Taj Tariq Bey's comment on my linguistic lesson. NYP Talk, Ron Brown captures the essence of my linguistic lesson. NYP Talk, Mikey Fever comments during my linguistic lesson. Bro Brock Ewan gives positive feedback on my linguistic lesson. Chapter 1, conversation between Yisrael and Yisrael Bey. Page 1, conversation between Yisrael and Yisrael Bey, part 1. Conversation between Yisrael and Yisrael Bey, part 2. A basic lesson on the linguistic methodology of sound shift and translation versus transliteration. Supporting evidence / findings of fact, etymology of the word Jesus. Yisrael Bey's rebuttal to Yisrael's claims. And then chapter 2, Indo-European languages. Tools of linguistics, sound chart and language chart, the morphology of words using transliteration, comparative linguistics, examples number 1 and 2, Indo-European family language chart, Indo-European language tree, transliterations of the word God, transliterations of the word mother, the Indo-Europeans and historical linguistics. Chapter 3, etymology versus semantics, which is what I'll be reading today. The core principle of etymology and semantics, etymology and vocabulary, page 13, and etymology and vocabulary, pages 14 and 15. Those out of Brother Abdullah's book. etymology and vocabulary. Oh no, yeah, etymology and vocabulary. Semantic studies did the meaning of the word evolve or devolve. In chapter 4, sounds of linguistic symbols, international phonetic alphabet, vowels, the technical name and traditional name for vowels, international phonetic alphabet, consonants, English consonant sound and IPA symbols, the technical name for consonants, linguistic symbols and their sound function, theta and eth, where do they go, elements of phonology, epenthesis and elision, final question and answer, and hypoglossal nerve. So let's get into today's lesson.
I want to say this before we go any further. When this book is released, I need to get me a copy.
Oh yeah, indeed, yeah.
I have to get me a copy.
Yeah, that's on my to-do list.
Trust me, I have to.
All right.
It's an arsenal right there. Go ahead.
So the core principle of etymology and semantics. Etymology examines the original behavior or function of a word before its social application evolution, while semantics examines the behavior or function of a word after its social application devolution. Etymology, the core principle of etymology. The core principle of etymology is historical linguistic development. Historical linguistic development is the evolution as well as the devolution of a word within different languages through phonology, i.e. transliterations and sound shifts, and through morphology, i.e. translations and prefixes, suffixes, infixes, circumfixes, and superfixes. Semantics, the core principle of semantics. The core principle of semantics is compositionality, a complex expression derived from the meanings of its individual parts and how they are combined. This principle explains how people can understand Black vernacular English or slang. Example, word plus object plus concept equals reality. Word plus concept plus object equals reality.
So I have a question before you. So my bad, God. Before pardon the intrusion. I have one question though before you go any further. How does etymology help us understand the history of words?
So etymology itself means it's the historical, it's the true, actual, original and historical meaning of a word, and also the development of a word. It takes it back through the languages. It shows you which language, the time, the year, and the language, right? So the time on the timeline, you'll see what year that word entered a certain language and what it actually meant when it entered into that language.
Okay, got you. So can two words have different etymologies, but be similar in semantics? Is that possible? Or
say it again, bro.
Can two words have historical etymologies but be different?
Yeah, etymological roots.
Yes, etymological roots, but be different in semantics.
Correct. Yes.
All right, got you. You may continue. My bad, bro.
All right. So we have the word apple, and then we have the object, the fruit, in which we call an apple today. And then the concept in our mind, the reality is, that fruit is called an apple. So when we say the word apple, this is the object it's the image that appears in one's mind, in our minds today. So a more detailed breakdown on etymology and semantics is on the next page. Etymology and Vocabulary, page 13, by Professor Abdullah El Talib Mosey Bey. See http mooresandmasonry.org for this book. You can find this book at mooresandmasonry.org. Etymology, an aid in reading and dictionary study skills. Etymology is derived from the Greek root etym, etym, meaning history, origin, true or real, and log, log, meaning study, science, word, theory. Etymology is an indispensable discipline used as a foundation for other fields of study. Webster's New International Dictionary of the English Language 1921 edition defines etymology as the origin or derivation of a word as shown by its analysis into elements, by pointing out the root or primitive upon which it is formed, or by referring it to an earlier form in its parent language. Also, an account setting forth such origin or derivation, often with facts bearing upon the word's relationships, the formal history of a word. And then we have semantics. Semantics is the field of study that reveals how words gain connotative meanings and become, through European social engineering, the common understanding, ordinary meaning, plain meaning, and the established meaning. Linguists who are lexicographers place connotative meanings in dictionaries, and over a period of time, the etymological/original meanings and applications of words are de-emphasized and eventually lose their true essence in the general public. Because the general populace is not taught the etymology of words, the people are conditioned through European social engineering to accept the connotative and distorted meanings as being the true, real, and original meanings. Denotation is derived from the Latin word denotere, meaning to mark completely. Denotation is the state of using an object or symbol to signify, indicate, mark, or designate a word. The objects or symbols used as markers for words are the reference or reference. That is to say that to denote is to tie a word to its objects or symbol. The word chair denotes a piece of furniture, having a seat, legs, back, and often arms. It must be made clear that etymology is not the study of words. This oversight will render a huge misconception into the study of etymology. It is important to emphasize that etymology is the study of the history, origin, and true meaning of words. Further, it is proper to note that there is a clear distinction between the study of the true meanings of words and the study of the meaning of words. Semantics is science that deals with the meaning of words. Let's examine the word nice as a way to comprehend the importance of distinguishing the difference between the study of the true meaning of words and the study of words. The etymology of the word nice means not knowing, stupid, and ignorant. This meaning is found in the etymological brackets in dictionaries: Latin, nescius, ne, ne, not, plus sire, scire, meaning to know. The meaning that the general public uses for the word nice are the connotations for the word. These meanings are found in the entry-level section of dictionaries. The entry-level section have a list of various definitions that are numbered.
You know, hearing you demonstrate this, read this presentation, right? When you guys come on here, the only quotes that's ringing in my mind right now is Malcolm saying, "You've been had, you've been bamboozled, run amok." Because I'm like, it's through the power of language, as Abdullah Bey said, we've been subjugated to as like fifth class citizens and such. Devalued, dehumanized. It's through the power of not only through religion and the forced brutality of slavery, but through language itself. So I'm like, I'm just amazed it's going. That's why I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
You may continue, go. My bad.
Okay. So yeah, this is Etymology and Vocabulary, pages 14 through 15 by Professor Abdullah El-Talib Mosey Bey. Again, mooresandmasonry.org. Etymology reveals how the connotative meanings of words become the general public accepted and established new meanings. Connotative meanings are placed in dictionaries, and over a period of time, the original meanings and applications of words are de-emphasized and eventually loses their true essence in the general public. Thus, since general populace is not taught the foundation of words, it is socialized into accepting connotative meanings as being the true, real, and original meanings. The students of etymology, in using the original meaning of words as their foundation, will be able to determine if a word has been given new meaning. The etymology of the word slave reveals that the new meaning interjected into the social fabric of society is far from its original and true meaning. The entry-level meanings for the word slave contradict its etymological meaning. The meaning displayed in the brackets. The original meaning of the word dollar is completely different from that used by the general public. The true meaning for the word consider has an astronomical usage. The origin and historical development of a linguistic form of words are shown by determining its basic elements, earliest known use, changes in form and meaning, tracing its transmission from one language to another, identifying its cognates in other languages, reconstructing its ancestral form where possible, explaining the changes words have undergone, the variations of form and spelling from its first appearance in the language to the present time, and all its different meanings and shades of meanings. Down into the semantic studies. Once again, the basic tool for the manipulation of reality is the manipulation of words. He who controls the meaning of words controls those who must use the words. Philip K. Dick. Semantics provides a crucial theoretical framework for translation. Translation is fundamentally and deeply intertwined with semantics. The primary purpose of translation is to accurately convey meaning from a source language to a target language. A translator who only focuses on literal word-for-word substitution will fail to produce an accurate translation because they are ignoring the semantic contextual background of the text. So what is the difference between etymology and semantics? Etymology tells us where a word came from, along with its original and true sense meaning, while semantics tells us how a word acquires new meanings of different contexts. Etymology. Etymology is the study of the origin and historical development of words. It traces how a word was formed, what it originally means, and how it entered a language, often through borrowing from other languages, e.g. Latin, Greek, Old English. It reveals the actual, true, or original meaning of a word and invokes the following questions. Where did the word come from? What were its earlier forms in older languages? How has its spelling or meaning changed? Below, we will trace the word color back to its linguistic roots to uncover its original and true sense meaning. So, example, the etymology of the word color comes from Latin colos, meaning a covering. Modern English, color. We have in modern English the word color. Going back in time. Middle English, color, color. British spelling is still this way, C-O-L-O-U-R. Old English, hue, H-I-W, or hue, H-I-E-W, or hue, H-U-E. Anglo-French, couleur, C-U-L-U-R, and couleur, C-O-U-L-O-U-R. Old French, color, complexion, appearance. Latin, colos, meaning a covering. So in Old French, the word color means complexion and appearance, but that comes from Latin. And in Latin, the word is colos, C-O-L-O-S, meaning a covering. The Proto-Indo-European power root of the word color is kel, dash, K-E-L, dash, meaning to cover, conceal, or save. So etymology traces the word color from modern English back through French to Latin, showing how the word acquired a new meaning through phonetics and morphology.
Wow, dude, wow. So the people are basically speaking a language that's not even authentic. It's just been broken down as they. Wow.
I mean, the language is authentic, like the words are authentic. It's just people are using the semantic meanings of words, the new acquired meaning of words, and not comprehending the original meaning of the word.
I'm sorry. I mean, my mind is blown just listening. It's like, wow.
Mm-hmm. So we have example. The word color originally means to cover, hide, conceal. That's etymology. But its new implied meaning, semantics, primarily refers to the visual perceptual properties of an object, chromospectrums, i.e. white, black, brown, yellow, red, etc. So the semantics of the word color, the literal meaning, the visual perceptual property, chromospectrums, red, blue, green, etc. Figure of speech / metaphorical meanings. So these are the figure of speech / metaphorical meanings. Racial / ethnic identity, people of color. Emotion or vividness. His story had a lot of color. meaning vivid detail or flair. Political meaning, show your true colors, meaning reveal true intentions. Physics/light refers to how different wavelengths of light are perceived.
Real quick, for the audience, so we can make that the audience is very clear that when Israel has up here racial/ethnic identity, that is people of color. That is not. He's not saying Israel is not. Yeah. He's not saying that it is that the term people of color is a racial or ethnic identity. That is how it's been used. Yeah. Is people of color, colored people, color.
Figure of speech.
Has been misclassified as ethnic identity. He's showing its modern, its current use. That people relate. They'll say, yeah, my ethnicity, yeah, people of color. That's my ethnicity. Yeah, that's my ethnicity. People of color. So it's not ethnicity.
No, it's not.
And he gave the etymology: hide, conceal, illegal meaning, fake, artificial, not real, an appearance, a pretext, a simulacrum, simulants, artificial, having nothing to do with skin tone, pigmentation, hue, or complexion. So he's showing how this is a cultural erasal. This is culture genocide. You have culture genocide, and you have what's going on in Palestine. That's called physical. That's physical. What's going on in Palestine is physical genocide. Exactly. You have culture genocide. So we have color. That the United States classifying our people in their record, in their government structure, as people of color, black and Negro. That is an act of subjugation. That's subjugation in international law. When a state, i.e. France, i.e. United States, i.e. England, or i.e. Portugal, when a state takes a foreign people, a conquered population, and place that conquered class, redefine and reclassify that conquered population in their government records, whatever they redefine them. For with us, it's been for the United States for over 20 years. United States has redefined and reclassified us in their government structure as black, Negro, color, and African American. That is an act of subjugation, a cultural erasure of a people, a cultural identity, erasing our cultural identity / nationality / national identity, and thereby removing our sovereignty. So it's not, it's what's the motive and what is the result? What's the motive of the act? So we have the act, that the motive of the act, subjugated act, and what's the result of it? That is not to be addressed. Let me just say, that is not to be addressed in United States courts. United States courts do not, United States Supreme Court, United States Supreme Court, United States District Courts do not have the jurisdiction. That's the wrong venue. It's international court because we are a foreign people.
elements.
It will be a political question doctrine. We're not going to go to United States Supreme Court. So United States Supreme Court make a ruling against the United States on the subjugation of a people. They can't hear it. That's a political question doctrine because you're dealing with a subjugation of a people. You're dealing with war. That's of a foreign people. It's international world court.
Hold on, Abdullah. You are unpacking a lot there, and I'm still like in the middle of this while speaking to you guys, trying to wrap my head around all that he's saying, because I have heard the term etymology, how they use it, the usage of it, but he goes so deep into it, where he's saying how it's timestamp. Like we know the root of the word etymology, then the semantics.
Yep, timestamp. Yep.
The definition, the context, how it changes. But when you, just like you said, when you go back to the etymology of it, and what you were saying, how we were stripped of this through the social construct of went from nationhood down to people of color. It's like timestamping, like, damn, yo, like, so it's through words that we became again 5th class citizens. It's through words and through their quote unquote legal system. So
all right, you said 5th class citizen. No, it's not 5th class citizen. We got to take it to the international law. All right, we have to apply an international legal process.
Okay,
it's called subjugation, not 5th class citizen. Okay, because once you say 5th class citizen, thank you for saying that. Let's bring it on. I can clear everything up.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say it's 5th class citizen, now you take it out of its proper venue, international law, right?
Okay.
Because it's subjugation. Subjugation is international law. When you say 5th class citizen, you weaken the argument.
Okay.
Now you place it within the United States venue. You place it within the United States jurisdiction because you said 5th class citizen. When you say subjugation, it now falls out of the United States venue, United States jurisdiction, into the international jurisdiction. Because when you're saying subjugation, you're talking about a state, i.e. United States or France or Germany. That is what? Violating another state, China or France or China or Germany. State against a state. So in this case, subjugating, meaning putting a people, erasing their, stripping them of their cultural identity / nationality. All right. So it's not just a people. It's a people who belong to a foreign state that is outside the United States courts to hear. So it's very important that we understanding. Thank you, Mike. Understanding the proper application of law, the operational law. So our original status would let us know what remedy to apply. We have our original status that see that Morse flag? Our original status, that's our mother. That's our original status belonging to that our mother. All right, Moroccan Empire. That's our original status. That's our current status. Our current status, the status that we've had as a people for the past 200 years, is that being subjugated on the United States. The United States forced us into their legal system. That's another action. You have cultural erasal. You have the erasal of our cultural identity / nationality. That's one act of subjugation. Now another act of subjugation, known in international law as acquisition of nationality through subjugation, is forcing a conquered people into their legal, and when the United States forced us into their legal system, that's another act of subjugation. All right. So a third act of subjugation is placing that forced conquered people into a new citizenship category framework. That's the third act of subjugation that falls into not United States courts. You don't go with, but my brothers and sisters, we don't write anything to bring this argument to United States courts. It's a political question doctrine. They won't hear it because you're dealing with United States subjugating. You're talking about arguing United States subjugating a people, thereby removing their sovereignty. That is outside of the jurisdiction of the United States court. It's a political question doctrine. They won't hear it. It lies within the world court. Mike.
That political question.
We're like hamster, bro. What I'm saying is, we conscious Moors.
Yeah.
Hear me out, conscious Moors. We're spending a lot of time, a lot of resources, a lot of time, a lot of resources down the wrong area.
No, I respect what you're saying. Can I one thing before Abdullah Bey, correct me if I'm wrong, because with this whole Moorish paradigm, when they get into the law, it's always you got some naysayers, but I like to know, when did that take place, when they subjugated us through the language? Was it in Carpenter's Hall, as they say, when that took place?
No. I'll give that. But let me first. When you say naysayers, you don't have to say any names. That's just this for the audience. Mm-hmm. Naysayers can be all right. This is for the audience because it's clear.
Yeah.
In order for someone to challenge me, you can only challenge me with evidence. By saying that's not so.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's not a challenge. That's not a naysayer. So let's put that for this for the audience.
Yeah.
When someone says Abdullah doesn't know what he's talking about, that's not a naysayer. That means nothing. Where's the evidence to prove that Abdullah doesn't know what he's talking about? Come on, my brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
come on.
I got you.
Evidence. Finding of facts. Not Israel's talking trash. Israel doesn't know what he's talking about. That means nothing. We got to elevate, Mike. We have to elevate the audience.
No, I agree with you.
We must elevate the audience. We have to elevate the audience. We have to still critical thinking. No, I'm saying I want you to. This is good, Mike, because I want to take opportunity for a teachable moment for the audience because there's a lot of that going on. So what they say, what does that mean? Like what we have to do is teach the audience to analyze everything. Every word, every phrase, everything. But they don't have to. Israel's teaching them the tools. This is the skill in which you do it.
Yeah.
Israel's is presenting it. They need to get Israel's book.
That's what I want to copy because I'm like.
This is the skill. He's teaching the skills on how to do it.
As he's speaking, I'm like reconstructing things in my mind. Like it's like got neurons going. Like hold up. It's like it shifts everything. It deconstructs like the conceptions that we've been given.
Thank you. I like that. Deconstructs. There you go.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh shoot. So it's taking you back into like a walk through time, and that's why I was like, when you mentioned that thing about being subjugated to the nation, I'm like, I did hear something in passing through the years that have taken place when they were they removed when they were calling you Moor to call you a Negro into a black, and I'm like, I believe that's something that took place in, like they say, in Carpenter's Hall or something.
No, they didn't start with Carpenter Hall. So that's so one okay, right, here we go. See, once you start Carpenter's Hall,
yeah, all
right, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose because Carpenter's Hall, they saying that's 1775. So now so what about Pragmatica? The Pope Philip II. Pope Philip II of Spain, the Pragmatica, which is the edict. The Pragmatica of 1567 is an edict from King Philip II of Spain, forbidding the Moors to wear their cultural headdress, to speak Arabic, our cultural identity, erase of our cultural identity. That's 1567. What about Code Noir? Code Noir, the French Code Noir of 1685 applied in the Caribbean. The French Code Noir of 1724 applied in Louisiana Territory. What about the Asiento de Negro, the Spaniards? So we can't start with Carpenter Hall. Okay. So therefore, because you got to bring Spain in. You got to bring Portugal in. You got to bring England/Great Britain in. You got to bring France in. United States has maintained our cultural erase of our cultural identity, nationality.
Gotcha.
It in the subjugation, the cultural erasal of Bimatica of 1567, showing you it didn't begin with the United States. United States has maintained it. Yes, they maintained the subjugation. They forced, yes. But it didn't begin with corporate. We can't start with 1775.
I got you.
Corporate Hall.
To listeners and viewers, take notes, because that's what I'm doing right now. This is important, because that's what I was just writing down. Like,
yeah, I just wanted to provide a lot of clarity here. So thank you, Mike. And Israel, this is presenting the tools.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the tools of deconstructing that Spanish and French and that social engineer mind that was caused by the Spanish and the Spain and France and England/Great Britain and Portugal. So Israel and I, we know saying the Europeans is not good enough. We got to teach them not to say European. We have to identify the kingdom by name. European, that's not a sovereign. European doesn't identify a kingdom. Yeah. Doesn't identify as national sovereignty. So we have to say Spain and Portugal and France and United States. We have to identify the name of the sovereign state. Yeah. And we got to do that so that we want people to model us. We want them to model us. Because we say Europeans, then they're going to say Europeans. They're going to say,
This is loose as saying African.
The same thing. That loose stuff.
Or American or European, basically the continents. The names of the continents are not the names of the nation states.
Specified straight deep. I got
yes.
You. I like it. And that's through the power of linguistics and the research.
Absolutely.
Context. Got you. That's
absolutely.
I was connecting that. All right, go ahead. Continue.
Yep. Go ahead, Israel. You're doing a wonderful job, brother.
All right. Appreciate it. So emotion or vividness. His story had I already read that. Yeah, I read that. Physics, light refers to different wavelengths of light, how light is perceived. So we have the contextual variations, colorblind, literal, can't distinguish colors, metaphorical, claims of racial impartiality, colored language, could mean vulgar language or emotionally charged speech. Semantics analyzes how the word color is used in various contexts, its literal versus figurative meanings, and the background or associations it carries. So 5 key differences of etymology and semantics. Etymology comes under historical linguistics. Semantics comes under theoretical linguistics and philosophy of language. Etymology looks at the actual, original, and historical meaning of a word. Semantics looks at the new meaning of a word as it functions in society today. They often overlap, but etymology explains where a word came from, while semantics explains what it means now and how that meaning may change in the future. Connection between the two, etymology and semantics. Etymology and semantics are often related. For example, knowing that the word color comes from Latin colos, a covering, might enrich your understanding of metaphorical meanings like add color to a story, i.e. cover with details. Three aspects/dimensions of semantics. Number 1, dimension of linguistic units. This dimension focuses on the levels or units of language that carry meaning. Meaning arises at various linguistic levels, from the smallest units to the larger structures. Why it matters? Understanding meaning requires looking at how different units contribute individually and collectively. Dimension of form meaning. This dimension studies the relationship between linguistic expressions and how their meanings are conveyed. Form, sound, spelling, syntax, and meaning are closely linked but distinct. Why it matters? Comprehending semantics involves analyzing how specific forms express specific meanings and how changes in form, e.g. tense, voice, affect meaning. Dimension of space-time. This dimension deals with how meaning relates to context, particularly in terms of space, location, and time, temporal reference. Meaning can vary depending on when and where something is said, as well as who is speaking. Why it matters. Meaning is often context dependent. Understanding semantics requires considering these spatial and temporal factors. Spatial and temporal factors. The elements of the three dimensions of semantics. So the dimension of linguistic units. Phonemes, the elements of the dimension of linguistic units. Phonemes, morphemes, and syntagma. Phonemes are the minimum units of distinctive sound features. Phonology. Example, CH, ch, SH, sh, PH, DJ, DJE, J, ZE, J, AE, tau ligature, the sound A, and the F. Morphemes are the minimal, meaningful units. Lexicology. Example, substantive equals prefix, sub dash, root slash base word, stay dash, and the suffix dash IVE. Syntagma refers to a sequence of linguistic elements, e.g. words or morphemes, which are combined according to the rules of syntax to form larger units of meaning. Example, correct equals the Moor is wearing a fez. Incorrect, fez a the wearing is more. So we're dealing with the order of the words.
Yeah.
The ranging of the words. Dimension of form meaning. The elements of dimension of form meaning. You have lexical morphology, lexical semantics, syntactic morphology, and syntactic semantics. Lexical morphology is the study of how words are formed in a language using morphemes. Example, morphemes in the word subjugate. Igum, IUGUM is the root word, sub dash is the prefix, and ate dash ATE is the suffix. Lexical semantics is the study of how and why one word acquires different meanings and how those meanings will be the same. Synonym, opposite, and synonymy, opposite. Will be the same synonymy, opposite, antonymy, polysemy, etc. Example, synonymy, personal, private, meaning the same. Antonymy, antonyms, the opposite, free and subjugated. Polysemy, the word head can refer to a body part, a position in an organization, or the top of an object.
Got you. Oh my God. Yo.
What's that?
Calling you black is just. Oh my God. I see what you guys. I see what you're talking about. I see.
I can barely hear you, Mike. Can you hear?
I said calling
Down low.
like he's
All
showing
right.
like the semantics, the definitions, the context of the words. So basically, calling you black, I see why it's like a misnomer. Like, don't call me. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't tie to any cultural identity, nationality, kingdom, clan, tribe, empire. It doesn't identify a pedigree, genealogy, consanguinity, ancestry, lineage, parentage, national origin, descent, national flag, national flag, national coat of arms, a body of land, a nation state, right, so I just want to be very thankful that thou I doesn't identify. All right, yes. So what I just wanted to be I want to be comprehensive in that. Why?
Yeah.
You know, because it's, you know, this as you were saying before about there's people that will with naysayers. So, you know, the naysayers, but they're just saying that. So they can't show you in the annals of history records. They can't show you primary sources, treaties, war records, amity records, shipping logs, where there was a name of a kingdom, tribe, empire, a emirate, a caliphate with BLACK, with the primary sources, treaties, diplomatic correspondence, letters from between kingdoms, and actual primary sources. So when it's the naysayers, I'm just saying we gotta. The naysayers, bring the evidence, bring documentary evidence.
Yeah. But yeah, what they basing their nays in?
Right, yeah, the nays, but they place their nay in.
Now I love how he's breaking it down, because now I'm understanding it more. Because you know, for years we've been hearing about the Moors, right? And they just say, don't call me black nationality. But now this right here is putting in proper perspective. Why not to call me black? It's in the language. You're removing. You're doing a genocide, cultural genocide to me. Legally, you're removing my sovereignty of self, of my identity, and you're subjugating me to a. I don't want to even say citizen, but you subjugated me less than a human, basically. So I got it. You're stripping me of everything. So.
And don't forget they did it to all. They're doing it to us all. Yeah.
Now, what you want to say, Mike? I know you're saying all right. Now, when nationality is a collective identity, that's a collective identity. So when you're speaking, if you were to speak to someone, if you were speaking to a Englishman or Irish or Scottish, you would want to say, my people.
Yeah.
My people. You don't like you say me. It's not because you talk about those. You talk about a nation of people, not because when you say me, if you're talking to a coworker, family member, whoever, and you personalize it by saying me, right? That gives them a misconception. All right, that you want to place it. You want to convey the proper understanding that is a collective identity. Nationality equals collective national identity, not individual.
Got you.
All right, that's why. Yeah, yes. So there's no me or I. It's my people.
Got you. Got you.
Got you.
All right. So we got syntactic morphology. The syntactic morphology is the study of how words or their meaningful units, morphemes, interact with syntax, sentence structure, especially how grammatical elements like tense, case, or agreement are expressed through morphology. Example, she walks versus they walk. He gave her a book versus he gave the girl a book. The child is crying versus the children are crying. And she sang versus she sings. Syntactic semantics is the study of how sentence structure influences the meaning of words even when using the same words. Example, the dog bit the man versus the man bit the dog. Only Zara studied with Amir versus Zara only studied with Amir. Flying planes can be dangerous. And flying planes can be dangerous. So that's the same. He saw the man with the telescope and he saw the man with the telescope. So the flying planes can be dangerous, meaning the one actually piloting the plane flying can be dangerous. And also saying just planes in the air flying themselves can be dangerous. And then he saw the man with the telescope. He could see the man that he's looking at could have his own telescope. He saw the man with the telescope, or he could be looking at the man through his telescope. And he saw the man with the telescope. So that's the syntactic semantics.
Got you. Wow.
Dimension of space-time. Synchronic/descriptive semantics is the study that analyzes the structure and usage of a language as it exists at a particular time, focusing on aspects such as grammar, pronunciation, and meaning, without considering historical changes such as sound shifts. This usually deals with the present. Example, showing how the word more can mean either a people, nationality, or a type of land, natural landscape. The difference depends on context, not spelling. Diachronic/historical semantics is the study that analyzes the historical structure and usage of a language and how it changes through time with consideration of its historical shifts and origins. Example, showing how the word Moor referred to all dark-skinned swarthy people as used from the 8th century to the early 19th century, but now only refers to the dark-skinned Muslims of medieval Iberia.
Mm-hmm.
Semantic changes. Different elements and processes of semantic change. Narrowing. Narrowing is when a word's meaning becomes more specific or restricted through time. Example, the word America originally referred to the copper-toned Aboriginal and indigenous people of North, Central, and South America, but its use has been restricted to refer to only the citizens of the United States of America. Broadening is when a word's meaning expands to encompass a wider range of reference or concepts than before. Example, the word Negro and Black were used as descriptive words, adjectives, to describe inanimate objects, but its usage broadened into a noun sense and now refers to the subjugated Moors, who are classified as Negroes and Blacks in the United States Census Bureau. Pejoration. Pejoration is when a word's meaning shifts to become more negative or unfavorable through time. Example, the original meaning of the word sin is full moon in ancient Sumerian and Akkadian, and the pejorative meaning of the word sin is moral evil in modern English. Amelioration is when a word's meaning shifts to become more positive or favorable through time. Example, the word knight, K-N-I-G-H-T, the word knight was used in reference to a servant, but is now used in reference to a heroic warrior. Reappropriation is when a group takes back a term that was once used in a negative way and uses it positively or with pride. Example, the word black is used to strip the Moors of their identity, i.e. to dehumanize, denationalize, and subjugate, but has been reappropriated by the people classified as Negroes, Black, and colored in the United States Census Bureau. Reclamation is a word that was previously used to reduce the ranking or status of a people and is a word that it was previously used to reduce the ranking or status of a people and is reappropriated and used by such people in a positive way. Example, the word black, when referring to people, was/is used to subjugate, denationalize, and dehumanize the Moors. But today, the Moors, while in a subjugated status, have been systematically conditioned to reclaim the word black to mean strong and beautiful. Substitution is the process of replacing a word or phrase with another word or phrase without changing the overall meaning of the sentence, as long as both expressions refer to the same entity or idea. Example, number one, today the Moors are under subjugation of the United States. Number two, the people classified as black in the United States Census Bureau are under subjugation of the United States.
Yo, you guys got to come back and do another part, man. Because not only I'm sitting here, I'm just like going through, like I'm piecing things together. I'm like, oh, the power of language. It's like, again, because we're so accustomed to hearing the brutality of slavery, the brainwashing, the conditioning and such, but they don't understand through language and the misuse of words and lack of education where they got you at as well. and the law, ignorance of the law. So I see what you're doing with this. You're reconstructing that so we can understand language, law better, and how to, how to navigate within this jungle out here. So I got you, man.
When it comes to law and civics, you got to read.
And Mike, this jungle is our subjugation.
Yeah.
Our subjugation under the United States. All right. So let's identify the jungle. We have the United States.
Jungle.
United States acquired territorial sovereignty from conquering powers, France and Spain and Great Britain, that's England. All right. Through treaties. Through those treaties, United States acquired territorial sovereignty over our lands. United States continued the subjugation started by France and Spain and Portugal. Continued our cultural, our racial of our cultural identity, nationality, and our subjugation. The United States forced us into their legal framework, which is the act of subjugation, and placed us into a new citizen category. That's the jungle. That's the jungle. Conquest, colonization, France and Spanish and French and Portuguese, English, Dutch, conquest and subjugation and colonization that is now being maintained by the United States, that has been maintained by the United States over 200 years. That's the jungle. I want to identify with specificity the jungle of which you allude.
I got you, my brothers. I appreciate you, Yisrael. I appreciate you, Abdullah, for coming out. You guys got to come back. I'm looking for that book, and I'm definitely gonna look into both of your both of the work you guys do, like books and such, because this right here got me like my mind is like, well, what happened to me just now? Like, but it's beautiful though, and I see it's very informative and uplifting. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I got to get ready to jump on the second show.
We're aware.
All right.
All right. Peace, everyone.
Peace.
Until 2 weeks from now. Peace.
All right. Oh, definitely. I'm gonna be there for that one. All right. What?